reliable. Every day.
And hello again, YouTube. I ran out of space. I should have really checked that before I started rolling video. So it's 5:40 p.m. Y'all didn't miss much. I did get a traffic report on KTAR, and it did say that there is traffic on the I-10 headed inbound, that it starts kicking up around 35th Avenue. So I'm going to try doing the, well, that guy's going to pass me on the right. I'm going to try doing the 202 South to Buckeye, and then taking Buckeye to I-17. See how that works for me.
Plus, there are no voicemails. You are always going to speak to a live person 24/7. See, saying no can be a great thing. So
still
at 602
still Wednesday morning.
All of your plumbing, AC, and electrical needs.
I think it's the 11th of
It's Jan from Toyota.
May.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota.
So I used to always check in my other phone to see the time and date. Just shocked that it's dead. I didn't realize the battery was even lower. I could have been charging it at work.
Easy, girl. Going hot air ballooning. Hey, I can see my forerunner from here. Road trips to tourist traps.
I've used this freeway so few times. I think I got to use it once in my little short stint as a cab driver last summer. But the thing with VIP Taxi is they have cabs either designated as a west side cab or an east side cab, and I was designated as an east side cab, so yeah, I didn't get out here very often. Hey, look, it's a not-in-service bus, so I guess y'all can't see it in the video. There it is. It's not something I expected to see on this freeway.
And here is John Roller with another update from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center. Jim, we are off and running this morning. Not too bad on the Valley freeways. That crash in the off-ramp there to the eastbound 101 on the northbound I-17. Looks like they have that off right now, and traffic is getting by. So
not my problem.
Backup is starting to clear up. Also, that accident on the eastbound I-10 near 16th Street, it is in the median, so traffic is getting by there. I'm seeing a little bit of a tap of the brake lights right around 27th Avenue as you get closer to the stack. And also want to let you know about a bad surface street crash. This is over in Scottsdale, 120th Street and Shea. Looks like they had to saw the car in half to get the person out. So that area is blocked as well. We'll keep you up to date. John Roller, KTAR News. Breezy today with a high of 89. Clear skies tonight with
a QT up the right has gas at 479. Damn. It seems like I saw something posted on Twitter from somebody today about gas being at an all-time high price, and it kind of took me back, because it seems like it's been going down in the last month. Not much, but a little bit. But apparently not. 479 is the highest I've seen it in quite a while. That's a 59 South bus on my right there. And I did not make this light, so apparently I'm not the only person thinking that this is a good alternate route to avoid traffic on the 10. So yeah, something I was thinking while I was at work was, I was so taken aback about how just quick I got to work driving. It was considerably less traffic than I expected. And then I was thinking to myself, yeah, it might not be that convenient driving home. when I figure out how much time I save driving versus, using transit or using partial transit, definitely something I need to keep in mind is how much it costs, how much time it takes going home as well as there. I think at some point I should figure out exactly what it costs me in gas as well. But yeah, I do feel at a loss right now, not having Google traffic to look at.
High of 8.5%. We just had in March.
Not having Google traffic to look at to see where the congestion and stuff is.
Mentioned threatens the economic expansion of our economy, of our country, I should say, and the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I want to call them.
This is definitely more congestion than I expected. Getting from the 202 to Buckeye Road.
Index,
I figured this would be like a nice quick, just get off and go. And I'm on my second cycle of the light here.
But that doesn't mean
still, it's 5:46, and
prices are going up.
Normally at this time of the day, I'd still be walking over to the park and ride. So that's certainly something to keep in mind. In fact, that's something I was thinking about, that I drove to Amazon and it took about 22 minutes.
Expecting an 8.1% gain.
That guy just totally cut me off.
8.3, and it's really close to the 40-plus year high that we saw.
And I was thinking that...
what's interesting? They do also something that's called the CPI, right? The Consumer Price Index. Then there's the so-called...
A lot of times when I head to work using transit, I'm not even on a bus in 21 minutes. So that's one way to put that in perspective. And I'm thinking how many videos I have where I'm walking down the Greenbelt along 48th Street. And, it takes a good solid 10 minutes to get from my place over to the bus stop there by the 7-Eleven on McDowell Road. And, whoa, yeah, go ahead and cut me off with that signal, dude. That's great. And then I've got, another, not unusual for me to have to wait way more than 10 minutes for the bus there at McDowell. And it's not unusual for the bus to show up much later than what the app says it was going to show up at, or later than it's scheduled. In fact, the 17, it's not unusual for it to not show up at all. So... time since I've driven on this stretch of Buckeye. Although wasn't it long ago that I took it on the bus? I remember taking the Route 13 down Buckeye Road a few times, trying to get this job lined up at Amazon, since all the hiring was handled over at GYR3, which is on Buckeye Road just west of 67th Avenue. Or not GYR3, I'm sorry, PHX3. I actually saw somebody at work wearing a shirt with PHX3 on it, which I thought was pretty cool. I know if I ever end up moving to another Amazon facility, especially one in another city, I'm gonna just have to wear and use my GYR3 swag. That's for GP. I'm surprised how much of the people I see on this road that actually seem to be on Buckeye going to work at warehouses along Buckeye, as opposed to people using Buckeye to avoid I-10. I don't really see much traffic that I would say is people using Buckeye Road to avoid I-10. Which surprises me, because, the I-10 traffic is usually pretty bad. Even though it's, not even 6 a.m. yet. The traffic report said, the congestion was kicking in around 35th Avenue, and it's not unusual to see quite a bit of congestion when I'm riding the rapid bus. And yesterday when I was chatting with the driver, he told me that as bad as the traffic was coming in, that it gets way worse on his next run out. And he just goes back and forth on his next run out, that it's a lot worse.
Immersive Monet and the Impressionists
opens July 29th at Lighthouse Art Space in Old Town Scottsdale. The art exhibit features massive moving projections of the legendary painter's work and is described as a breathtaking digital art experience.
So I see a not-in-service bus sitting. I think this is 51st Avenue. No, I'm on 43rd Avenue. It's on 43rd Avenue, just south of Buckeye there.
10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Stacey Brooks, KTAR News.
Oh, so they just resurfaced this
Here's
road.
John Roller from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
Yeah, Jim, we are off and running as we get close to the 6 o'clock hour. Once again, want to remind you of the closure on the US 60. It is closed in the East Valley between I-10 and McClintock. The westbound is closed between the Loop 101 and McClintock, and your alternates are the 202. Now, that's either the Red Mountain or the Santan Freeway. Folks have been getting the word. Not too bad yesterday. Had a couple of crashes on the 101, but give yourself some extra time. Also, that northbound I-17 crash right at the eastbound 101 ramp has been cleared, and traffic is getting by on the left there. Want to tell you, if you're coming in from the East Valley, got a bad crash with an extrication. This is Shea and 120th Street and Bethany Home Road still closed from 59th to 55th Avenue. John Roller, KTAR News.
Breezy today with a high of 89, a low tonight of 65, sunny and 90 for tomorrow. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air. Whether replace or repair, call Howard Air. KTAR News Time 5:51.
Is your kitchen in need of a refresh? Dave Ramsey here. Go see our friends at Trayvac.
That's 35th
Trayvac
Avenue.
is the place you turn to when you're ready to get that kitchen upgrade that you've been dreaming of. And they can do a luxury kitchen remodel in just 10 days. That's right. Trayvac has streamlined.
It's debatable as to whether this is faster than going on I-10 right now. I'm not really able to look at. Since my other phone is dead, I'm not able to look at the Google traffic to see just how bad it is. I'm just kind of going by what they said on the radio traffic report. Wow, 489.
For anyone who loves their kitchen layout, but is in
I
need
guess
of
gas jumped up in price in the last couple of days.
You don't need to have your kitchen tied up with a remodel for months on end. With Trayvac's 10-day
Still sitting at over half a tank.
That worry is gone. Call Trayvac to see if
coming
your
in or
kitchen
what?
qualifies.
No, he's turning left.
480-367-1171 or Trayvac.
31st Avenue.
Together, building dreams. Hashtag Red Trucks.
Starting your own business? There's only one law firm to use. The law offices of Donald W. Hudspeth. Don Hudspeth was a business person before attending
Driving really close to one of my childhood homes
been practicing business law for more than
when I lived when I was a little kid.
help you with your immediate needs, and they also have a wealth of practical
I think there's a muffler shop there now.
over the years. Starting a business.
It used to be a house.
Hudspeth Law Firm today at 602-265-7997 or Google azbuslaw.com. It's Gatos. Are you confused by mixed messages and conflicting information regarding water treatment? Are you wondering if you need whole house filtration, softening, conditioning, descaling, or purification? Should you use
7th Avenue, I got about a half mile until I get to I-17, and I think I'm going to try doing going south on 17. See how that works out. I didn't hear any comment about the 17 or the I-10 interlude. So
Hundreds of thousands of Arizona families, including mine, improve their water quality, and they're ready to help you. From multi-tank systems powered by kinetic energy of moving water to a more traditional approach. Kinetic
5:54. Normally, I'd still have another 5 minutes to wait for my bus.
910-6570. Tell Gato sent you. Connecticut Water, very refreshing. Maricopa Water is the exclusive authorized independent Connecticut dealer for Metro Phoenix and is recommended by Rosie on the House, financial guru Dave Ramsey, and yours truly. North Base RV and Base in Phoenix. Begin your summer travel plans during the RV show at Bell Bank Park. Prices slash on every new and used RV, adventure van, and trailers.
Oh, I totally forgot there's not an on-ramp. Go in this direction. Oh, it's a stop, not a yield. Surprise, surprise.
Starting Thursday. Dell Technologies can help push your business further with these small business.
Yeah, that should be a yield. That stop is not helpful.
Valley's only all-news morning show.
554, 63 degrees in Goodyear. I'm Jamie West.
Arizona votes.
Arizona's Secretary of State and Democratic candidate for Governor Katie Hobbs tells the Gatos and Chad show Washington needs to stop kicking the immigration can down the road.
The governor needs to work with whoever it takes to get comprehensive immigration reform passed to finally solve this once and for all.
The primary is August 2nd. Learn more about the candidates and get more Arizona election news at ktar.com/Arizona votes. Listen to this. A U.S. soldier training.
It's interesting because I don't think I've got anything, any voting information in the mail yet.
Joint Base Almendorf Richardson says the soldier died of injuries sustained in that bear attack in Training Area 412, which is west of the Anchorage Regional Landfill. The Army says the soldier's name is not being released until their family is notified. The area closed off to the public while Alaska Wildlife Troopers.
I was totally thinking that there was an honor amp right there to get immediately on the I-17.
You know, that's something you really don't anticipate
from Buckeye.
when you, as one of the risks when you sign up to serve, right?
No, absolutely not.
All right, for the first time in 8 years, Arizona will execute a death row inmate later this morning. A
That's lovely.
reporter will be there as a witness. The details coming up at 6.
At 5:56, here's John Roller with an update from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
Yeah, Jim, we got off to a little bumpy start in the 5 o'clock hour, but things are looking much better. That crash on the transition ramp from the northbound I-17 to the eastbound.
Oh, now I got the sun in my
It is now
face.
off
That
right and
sucks.
traffic getting by on the left. So that backup is cleared up rather substantially. Once again, want to remind you of the closure on the US 60. ADOT sending in engineers today to help Tempe assess that situation. Hopefully we'll get good word on that. And of course, as you start your 6 o'clock hour, we will turn it over to Dan the Man. Jim, you remember we had another Dan the Man.
Oh, yeah. Dan Marley.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Now we got Dan the Man, Detour Dan. He's coming up at 6 o'clock. John Roller, KTAR News.
Although it doesn't look like the Suns need the help of Dan the Man Marley.
Yeah, I would
Dan the
love
Man
that
Beach
job.
Either, right now.
Detour
It's
Dan Beach ever
5:57,
retires.
and
Just
it's
throwing that
easy
out
today.
there.
Look for a high of 89 degrees. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air. Here's Sarah Cazell from the Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical Sports Desk.
Jim, the Phoenix Suns are one win away from returning to the Western Conference Finals. They took Game 5 of the conference semis last night, beating the Dallas Mavericks by 30, 110-80, the final score. Devin Booker put up 28 points and 7 rebounds in the winning effort. Game 6 is tomorrow night back in Dallas, and if the Suns win that one, they go on to face either the Warriors or the Grizzlies. The D-backs won again last night, beating the Marlins 9-3.
This isn't terrible traffic. I'm doing about 35 right now.
8. That also marks win number 354 for manager Torey Lovello, who is now the winningest manager
Airplane
in
taking off in front of me.
That series wraps up today starting at 12:40. You can hear that game on ESPN 620 AM and 98.7 FM HD2. And the Phoenix Mercury play the Seattle Storm tonight starting at 7 o'clock.
US 60 East closed. Use alt route. Minutes to US 60 10 Ray Road.
That is sports. I'm Sarah Cazell, KTAR News.
This is Sanderson Ford Country. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford for sales, service, and satisfaction. Sanderson Ford is celebrating 67 years with a huge anniversary sale. Save on hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles now in stock, including Mustang.
That chunk of the 60 closed. I'm pretty relieved I don't live in Tempe anymore. I bet the traffic going down Broadway is hellish right now. Ooh, and we got congestion here.
With no deposit and save an additional.
Oh yeah, this sucks.
Sanderson Ford has been doing business for 67 years.
This
with
sucks.
No hassle, no pressure, no nonsense, and no added markups. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford for sales, service, and satisfaction. Follow the road to the Sanderson Ford 67th anniversary sale.
It's 59 after, so I'd be catching my bus right now if I was doing that.
The time to sell is now. Hi, this is Doug Hopkins from Realty Executives and DougHopkins.com.
Catching the I-10 West Rapid, that is.
House under contract, but need to sell yours first. Or maybe you'd like to cash out today's high real estate prices, but stay in your house for a while until you find a new home. Just 15 minutes is all it takes to get an instant fair offer on your house at DougHopkins.com. I've been buying and selling houses in Arizona for the past 25 years. After a quick walkthrough, I'll make you an offer
At this point, I wonder which is better, to get on 16th Street or to try to get on I-10 and head north. I think I'm going to try I-10.
1-800-SELL-NOW. That's DougHopkins.com or 1-800-SELL-NOW.
I'm Amber Sullins, and I'm giving away tickets to Disneyland. So watch ABC 15 News at 10 for your chance to win a 4-pack.
It's kind of funny because I'm going to be getting on the I-10 westbound, and it wasn't that long ago I hopped off the I-10 eastbound. But that's the way it works sometimes.
KTAR News on 92.
Oh, no, I'm not. I took the 16th Street exit.
100.
Damn it. That's okay for not paying attention enough.
Up to a Suns win. You're waking up to
That sign looked like it said this was the exit.
Good morning. It's
For the
6
10.
o'clock. This is Arizona's Morning News.
Fuck me.
And I'm Jamie West. Good morning. The Suns now lead the playoff series 3 games
Oh, and
to
I'm
2.
following Highway
We're gonna
Patrol.
get the
Good
highlights and a
times.
preview of Game 6 right after we get a check of traffic with Detour Dan.
And today, Arizona will hold its first execution in years. That's our top story.
For the first time in 8 years, Arizona will execute a death row inmate.
66-year-old Clarence Dixon will die by lethal injection at 10 a.m. today. Dixon was convicted of first-degree murder in 2008 for the death of ASU student Deanna Lynn Bowden.
It's that big building on the side, on the left there. Well, the big sign, small building, giant signs, it's CFLA. That was the location of the first Food City store once upon a time.
Cold case detective checked the national DNA database and found Dixon was
Kind of neat seeing the old sign still up there, although it looks hideous the way it is right now.
for previous sexual assault. Taylor Tassler, KTAR News.
Well, I'm doing 45 and a 35, and that guy just flew past
The
me.
execution of Dixon. Keep it here on KTAR throughout the day for updates. Arizona has a bit of a controversial past when it comes to executions. Some say the last one in 2014 was botched. Joseph Wood's execution by lethal injection took nearly 2 hours.
Yikes.
When it should have only taken minutes. States, including Arizona,
Oh, I got glare right in my face.
for executions because the drug manufacturers are objecting to having their products used for lethal purposes.
You know, as Taylor goes to be what's known as a state's witness at this execution, we'll go a little more in depth about this. I was a state's witness a few years ago at an execution. It's a different thing to see. I'll just
Think about turning left there, but I don't feel like waiting for that red left arrow.
Let's check in with Detour Dan Beach first time this morning. He's in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center with a lot of early morning action in the crash department. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Jim. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning.
Get ready. We've already got ourselves a pretty robust crash list here. Looking at the closure for starters of the US 60 westbound 101 to McClintock and eastbound from I-10 to McClintock. Still no estimated time of getting it reopened, but we know it's going to be a little while. So plan on these detours ahead of time. 101 to the 202, whether it be the Santan or the Red Mountain. Those are your two best options for freeways to get around us. We've also had an early morning closure in the North Valley. It's been reopened. Northbound 17 exit to the eastbound 101. It has been cleared. You're good to go. Surface street racks, 48th Street in Broadway, 67th Avenue in Glendale, 120th Street in Shea, and Bethany Home Road closed from 59th to 55th Avenue this morning for a car pedestrian wreck. This traffic report brought to
Could
you
just go straight and use the use the airport and drive completely through the airport to 44th Street. I think I'm going to pass on that, but there are times that's the quickest way to get across this part of town.
The next second, but it'll be windy at times too, with wind gusts near 30 miles an hour in the valley today. The high reaches 89 this afternoon, then look for lighter winds and a high of 90 tomorrow. Clear into 98 Friday, then back into the hundreds this weekend. I'm ABC 15 meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. At 6:04 to 62 degrees in
Phoenix Suns.
And another not-in-service bus sitting there northbound.
The Phoenix Suns once again look like the team that led the NBA in wins this season, beating Dallas last night 110-80 at Footprint Center and taking.
I just went over to Elaine, the tending. Go me.
KTAR's Jim Cross is live with more.
Jimmy Devin Booker, 28 points last night. The underrating was 20. The Suns used a huge third quarter outside the Mavericks 33-14 to turn a tight game into a big win. Booker had 12 points in that third quarter onslaught. But we want to add to this. A lot of people like to make plays for each other, so let's kind of everybody make a play for each other type of offense, and that's the way it works out. Game 6 tipped off tomorrow night at 6:30 from Dallas on 98.7 FM. There's some
lost. You saw
And we got a
Dallas,
jaywalker.
The whole series changed. You can't really go back there down 3-2. That's why you have home court advantage, where if you're better at home, you have the chance to win all 4.
And the Suns responded to those losses with a big win at home. And many fans expect them to finish the series off in Dallas on Thursday. From Footprint Center, Luke Forstner, KTAR News.
KTAR eyes on the economy. Only about half the amount of baby formula is making it to store shelves right now. There was a recall of a popular brand, plus there are supply chain issues. Retail analyst Kirsten Bentz tells the Mike Broomhead Show it's a problem she can empathize with.
It really is, a hot commodity. I mean,
I just looked down and realized I'm still wearing my box knife.
Premature, so they each had to have a different baby formula, and that stuff is incredibly expensive.
Some stores now putting the formula in locked cabinets. More record-setting fuel prices for Arizona overnight. AAA Arizona says the statewide average has reached $4.70, an all-time high, 11 cents higher than a week ago. Diesel also setting an Arizona record at $5.48. Phoenix PD teamed up with other agencies across Arizona to take more than 24 child sex crime and human trafficking suspects off the street.
Last month, the Phoenix police...
And I was thinking about topping off today and then driving to work and back tomorrow just to see how much it costs. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe today is not the day to top off.
By various agencies across the state.
Just roll with the gas I have and hope that it goes down in a couple of days.
Working to fight child sex trafficking and the exploitation of children. Patricia Valencia, KTAR News.
Wow, 519 at the Shell I just passed there. 24th Street in Van Buren. I mean, Shell is always kind of pricey, but still, 519, dang.
Thank you, Jim. So far, that's about all you're going to get in terms of brake lights on the west side. Just a few. Slowing, kind of setting up, though.
Somebody told me that the
16th Street,
Taco Bell coming up here on the left is closed.
That's the eastbound 10 brake lights.
The one at Roosevelt and 24th Street. It's one of the guys that works over at the Taco Bell Cantina downtown.
From Bell Road up to the 101. That was from that earlier ramp closure up there.
And it seems like the last couple times I tried to go there, like it was not open. Like it was open, it wasn't like out of business, but they just weren't open.
Approaching the 202 Red Mountain Freeway, this is probably.
Oh yeah, no, they're very much closed.
Westbound shut down.
Sign is completely out of the frame, and
eastbound from the 10 to McClintock.
Big sign available. Damn. Never thought I'd see that Taco Bell go out of business.
You might be able to finally drop your mortgage insurance. Cashville What Mortgage SEMA, you can start saving hundreds of dollars every month. Call 623-875-9940 today. Detroit and KTR.
Wow, somebody actually walking.
A high of 89, clear night with a low of 65. Sunshine and 90 for tomorrow. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air. Weather replace and repair, call Howard Air. From the KTAR Business Center, inflation rising again in April, continuing to climb at push.
Well, it's debatable as to whether that saved me any time compared to had I just stayed on the 10 to the 202. But it was a fun diversion regardless. I think I'm still going to go back to QT and get myself my eggs for breakfast. That's just the best $3 breakfast going.
Wall Street right now, futures have turned negative as expected. Dow futures are down 147. The S&P's down
40th Street ramp closed. 511 to 514. I wonder what's up with that.
We will have the opening numbers for you in about 21 minutes right now. Coming up in a couple, we'll talk about the first execution to take place in Arizona in almost 8 years. And what it's like to witness an execution. Something I actually did a few years ago. And
Yikes.
Here at KTAR will do so.
Yeah, I would never want to witness an execution. That just sounds horrific.
Old or more? If so, it may
Looks like the 40th Street off-ramp is open to